Hi, everybody. Well, recently a man in Alaska went running for his life, basically, when he saw his cruise ship in Sitka, Alaska, leaving port without him. And he had to run down the pier, screaming and yelling, "Don't leave without me! Don't leave without me!" And then the most amazing thing happened. So it's probably a person's worst fear. Well, one passenger was heading onto the port and he saw a cruise ship pulling away from the dock and went frantically running down the pier, yelling, trying to get their attention, waving, "Please don't leave without me," just in a complete panic. And the ship just continued to pull out, and you can just feel your heart sink, right? When you're, "Oh my God, I just missed the ship. What am I going to do? This is going to cost me a fortune," etc., etc. And yeah, the crown princess was pulling away from the shore when all of a sudden another gentleman kind of walked out and started talking to the person. And the next thing you know, he kind of goes like this. And the guy looks over in that direction, and it turns out he was running for the wrong cruise ship. He was actually sailing on the Bliss, an NCL Norwegian cruise line ship, which was at another port, another dock, and still there, waiting for him to get on board. He was running for the wrong cruise ship. Now, I've heard of people missing cruises for all kinds of reasons. Can you imagine had this gentleman not told him he's at the wrong spot, that he would have just assumed he missed the ship completely? Meanwhile, it's sitting in the dock and then it leaves without him. That would have been even more embarrassing. But the gentleman had a good laugh along with other people. These photos were taken by Jordan Flom, who posted it on Facebook, and it's now gone on a few other places as well. It's kind of a unique pier runner story. Normally when you hear of a pier runner going, they miss the ship. The ships don't normally stop and pull back in. Very, very rarely have I ever heard of anybody getting on the ship after it pulls away. The odd time I've seen a ship actually stop its engines and turn around and pull back into shore. The odd time I've seen a pilot boat bring somebody out to the ship and they climb up that way. But other than that, I'd say 99% of the time you have missed your ship if you're not back by the designated time that the ship's supposed to leave. It really, it can be devastating to people. I've seen people on their knees crying, begging because their families were still on board, their kids were still on board. And then I see this picture of this gentleman rushing for his cruise ship. Now, obviously, I think this is a very new cruiser, or just in the panic of the moment, just didn't realize. Because if you look at the Crown Princess, which is around 103,000 tons, I think, or so, and then you look at the NCL Bliss, which is like 170,000 gross tons, with a completely different design on the ship, etc., completely different build of ship. One has go-karts on it and slides, and the other does not. I guess they're a very new cruiser, or like I said, in the panic of the moment, they didn't realize, they just saw a ship pulling away and did not even look for the name, look for this cruise line, or had no idea what the actual cruise lines are like. If you're a first-time cruiser, very few people can tell the difference between an NCL ship, a Norwegian ship, the World America ship, etc. Very few have very distinctive designs, right? You might be able to recognize Disney because it would have like a Disney logo on and their black kind of setting. Maybe Carnival with its new blue hulls and deck that you can recognize pretty clearly. But any cruise ship that has just white and a slight paint decorations on the front, you could probably forgive people for thinking, yep, is that a celebrity ship? Is that a Norwegian ship? Is that an MSC ship? Is that a princess ship? I don't know if you've never cruised before, but he had kind of a good laugh at it with the people who were watching him and kind of cheering him as he walked back down the cruise port towards his ship that he thought he was missing. Now, he wasn't carrying any luggage, so I'm guessing that he got off the ship at Sitka and was at an excursion, or was he a crewman? I don't know, but I didn't see any luggage with the gentleman. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You're running for your missed cruise ship. You're panicking, and lo and behold, you were running to the completely wrong ship.